Well, good evening, folks. I'd just like to introduce myself. My name is Mr. Mars. I am an amateur repairman out here in the great city of Apache Junction, Arizona. My desire is to become a self-taught luthier and become a better repairman while going on this learning journey. And no better way to gain experience by destroying one of my friend's guitars here. As you can see, this thing is in absolutely rough shape. The paint has been pretty much chipped away on pretty much every part of the body, the head, the neck, and headstock. The electronics here is basically non-functional. Alright, let's get to it. I'm just going to snip these strings away. This guitar nut is just an absolute mess. This part right here was an absolute nightmare. I don't know what my friend did, but I think he was trying to lower the action and he decided to router out deep into the body to lower it somehow with the bridge. So I had to dig in there and able to remove those strings out because I couldn't. As you can see, it was buried in there. The pickup cavity here had a lot of debris in there, so I just went and cleaned that all out. Trying to figure out what am I dealing with here. I have not much experience with components and soldering, so no better way to start with this little guy. I believe this is a 500K potentiometer mini, which I did find a replace at Guitar Center of all places. One of the reasons why I'm doing a commentary because of this time skip here. I pretty much lost all the footage of me doing this neck due to smashing my phone at a local Taco Bell while doing Uber Eats. So I pretty much lost mostly all that footage. I basically did an ebony stain and not used a very good tape to prevent bleed. So it pretty much got everywhere in the headstock here, but I went in and tried to clean it up with some acetone with no avail, so I just went and just sanded it all up again and cleaned it up, and it came out pretty decent. Just to give you fair warning, there is a lot of neck shots I did in this video, and there's quite a bit of sanding montages as well. So I basically took this neck down to 400 grit and did a teak oil job, which you'll see here soon. I was actually pretty satisfied with the headstock here. I just wish I had that footage of stripping it all, but I did pretty much dry sanding, and then the very final part I did some wet sanding with the highest grit and did some polishing as well. Also in the lost footage, I did fret work on this and did some good polishing on it as well, and took all the sharp edges off as well. And here I'm just going over some fine steel wool to get it prepped up for the teak oil. I really like how it came out. It came out with a beautiful golden hue, which I kind of fancy myself. Found this little neat sticker online. Kind of a, I think they're trying to mimic abalone. It's a little, kind of a inlay sticker, but for headstocks. Found this on Amazon. Pretty inexpensive, and I just thought it was a nice touch. Knowing my friend's guitar and our history as a band together, he would know what this would mean. So it was a nice touch. Once again, I lost the footage of the stripping of the body, so I basically just did a ebony stain on it and did a few coats of not the best lacquer to use. I wish I had nitrocellulose, but this was the only thing that was available at Walmart at the time, as you can see there. I really wish I did this a few more times. This particular wood, which was particle plywood, which was not the best material to work with. It absorbed so much of this lacquer that it came out okay, but it looked like it was relicked in the end as the final result, as you'll see later in the video. Pretty much gave it a good polish here. Not the best wheel to do it with, but it came out okay. Cleaned up the edges with my spindle sander here. So I basically just did the same treatment as the neck to the body here. I did not get any footage of me teak oiling the body as well, unfortunately. Gave this the copper tape treatment in all the cavities here to make it look a little more clean and easy to work with. As you can see here on the body, off camera, well, I should say I lost that footage of me filling in that gap with a random piece of wood. Basically, I'm giving the white vinegar treatment. It just seems to work well with these dusty, grimy machines. Yeah, the dirt just falls right off, so I put this stuff on everything. It just seems to work. Carefully pushing the bushings in here with a vise. Slapping this neck on here real quick to get everything squared up and straightened up. Getting the bridge squared up here to drill in the holes and also to drill the ground access. So onto this nut here, I just basically tossed it. I tried to save it, but it was just a mess. The teeth were just too deep and just disgusting. So I just decided to make a new one. Hobbled my way back to my work desk. Got this all plush and getting ready to get it glued in. Get it all lined up here. File the grooves in to get it to its proper level. Got this nut glued and set in place. Went on Amazon to purchase some replacement parts. Got a new volume knob, some pickup braces here, and a new pickup. As you'll see later in the video, it had this cool kind of 50s diner aesthetic to it. I thought it came out pretty unique with this particular project, which I really didn't know where I was going to go with it, but it came out pretty good looking. So I got this squared up to the best of my abilities. Carefully not to go in too deep. Like I said before, this material was insanely soft. So it was like butter just going through this body. So basically we're going to go to soldering, which I do not have much experience in. I just looked up a single humbucker, single volume wiring diagram and just followed the directions to the best of my abilities. It came out okay. I think right here on this volume pot here I did pretty decently. The other ones were a bit messy, but I was surprised that it came out decent. It wasn't a total disaster, so I managed to get everything together pretty well, and there was no major grounding issues, so I was even surprised myself that I managed to do this with having such little experience. As you can see here, the original control cavity cover is missing, so I just got creative and just made my own. Use a piece of plywood here, just kind of measure it out to the best of my abilities, and it came out somewhat decent. Try not to sand the edges of my fingers off here, which I almost came close to doing. Drilled some holes on each side and just used some random screws to just drill it in. I stained it ebony black again and give it a little contrast here on the back of the body. Getting close to the final stretch here, getting this all set up, and as you can see, much better improvement on the height of the nut here. Getting it all tuned up, and let's give it a sound test. So there you have it, folks. If you enjoy this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to reach that 1,000 sub mark, and please let me know if in the comments what you would have done to this. I enjoy constructive criticism. I'm always looking forward to gather more wisdom to improve my techniques here. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.